Happy birthday, Dad.
Thanks.
Surprise.
Oh, you're all dressed up.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Hey, Danny. How you going, mate?
I'm all right.
Dressed for the occasion.
We'll get Dad there, Danny. Put Dad there. We'll get you here, Dad. Or...
I've got the name tags. You get to hear
Oh, you've got...
how William put out. So, here we are. Beth. For you and Wendy. Would you have Wendy? And Anthea.
Are we sitting in the right place?
I don't have to worry where everyone sits. Thank you so much. Gay. Yes.
We're only doing it.
We keep it
in and out easier.
Yes, that's good. Was it easy to get out of the car?
Very easy.
Very easy. I asked if they'd open the gates.
Urban opened the gates. He did a brilliant job.
Daniel. Oh, that's terrific. Marty, this is awesome. Oh, Berners. Here we are, Berners.
Were you surprised to see us all sitting?
Yes, because I thought people would be at work or something.
No, we're very sick today.
All right. Okay.
What was the reason, Dad, that your mum said to come up here?
She didn't tell me where it was.
You were just coming up to...
Yeah, I thought we were coming up for
Just to...
lunch with us.
Yeah?
I
Gave you a summer.
kept it well hidden.
Well, that's a good surprise then, isn't it?
It's very nice for us.
There we are. Keith, I've got
Go down
We
the
showed the
42
police
steps or
officer
something.
they couldn't catch him.
Yes, yes.
Need a bit of training.
I probably didn't want to catch him.
Now we're ready. There'll be someone great and somebody about swimming and running. Is it possible to touch one place served when you come to the order and one place served on the
How do you mean that?
Beth, you were interested
Oh, no, I'm going to share with Marty.
Oh,
I'll
you're
share with
fine.
Marty.
So sometimes we'll share, if that's all right.
That's fine, yeah.
So you can start it then.
I just want some bread.
No, I'm just going to the main meal. I'm not having it on the go.
And then what would you like for your main, sir?
The lamb rack.
Yes.
Is it possible to have that
share an entree with me.
Java?
No, yeah.
Okay, well, with the
Whatever he was or whoever he was, he always helped. In fact, I worked with a woman at the hospital where I am. This is going back a bit. She was telling us about this wonderful man. She said he was a parliamentarian then. Then she said he was wonderful. She said, I had a lot of trouble. And she said, he never asked me which party I belonged to or anything. He said, well, if you're in trouble, I will try and help you. And somebody said, who's that? He said, his name's Wilson. I said, Keith Wilson. She said, yes. And I felt so proud because I said, that's my nephew. And that's true. And it's all true.
Well, I used to remember going to Ardros Chambers and spending a lot of time with Auntie Joy and Auntie Phyllis and Wendy.
She was there.
And I used to, in those days, I think we still used flat irons that you put on the stove to do the ironing, you know. And I used to have my own little iron, and that's where I learned to iron things, watching them.
Fabulous ironer.
That must be a trend. David irons beautifully. He's never had a flat iron to iron with, but he irons beautifully. And
I didn't use a flat iron because they were too big, but I used a little toy iron.
Nobody else can iron for David. David does all his own ironing.
Yeah, smart. You can inherit these things.
Yeah, probably.
Take my clothes out.
Modern people
See what
don't
happens.
iron at all, probably.
Yeah, and he. I remember one Christmas we were down at Matt's and he had to go to work and he said we'd slept there the night for Christmas and he said to Dee or something, oh well, you can iron my shirt for work afterwards. But if it's not right, I'll re-iron it.
Jesus.
I would have got the shirt and put it around his neck.
Oh, what about the
That's what he said today. He said, oh, if it's not right, I'll re-iron it. Don't worry, I'll re-iron it. Just a casual
I
shirt.
don't iron as well as Keith, and sometimes I found that I'll help you by doing the first stage. And if you iron a shirt, even though it's not perfect, it's much easier to iron the second time. So, I can understand that. Oh dear.
Okay, Wendy, have you got a story about Dad? No.
No, I can only say good things about Keith.
Tell us one good thing.
Well, he's just been like a rock to us, you know, he's always been there, you know. He can always help you. He's probably the only one that could help us at times, you know what I mean?
Like growing the
He's
older
always had
brother.
to grow up rather quickly. He's always the one Mum depended on, and you know, it was just, he's like our rock, he's like the heart of our family now, you know.
Well, I remember something, Keith. Stephen and Vinny were little boys. Used to sit on the lounge watching Daniel
Boone.
Boone. And Keith used to sit there rustling something lollies in his pocket. Kids would all look at him. Keith would just go back in his pocket. Give them it.
Wasn't there something about a spider in the wardrobe?
Oh, he did. That's where we get our spiders.
Is it really?
Yes.
I wondered where, what
He
happened.
planted
He
a black
pinned one, a black one, onto one of my dresses.
Any brother would do that, wouldn't they?
We're all scared of spiders. I know, we're terrified of spiders.
That's an older brother thing to do, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a real old
Definitely.
Oh, dear. I'll tell you a story on Tuesday morning, the time of Keith's birthday, and I went and got some lovely croissants, we'll get up and sit and have a nice breakfast, knock at the door, and who is it? But the pest control man. And Keith said, oh, I didn't think. And the pest control takes an hour, comes into the kitchen, comes in everywhere, wander around, and it takes up the floor, goes around.
Hey, did you take me to the side and say, get rid of him?
Do you get rid of husbands?
That was a real typical Keith thing, you know. Oh, I didn't realise, hadn't realised.
You got any stories, Mum?
No, I do remember. There are, but I do remember a really good thing that I appreciate Keith for when we were buying toys for you for Christmas, and you'd be about 2, and Danny was coming along. You know, he was either not born, but and I was very 70s. Like, you never buy a toy necessarily. You buy, you have boxes, and if you're going to have a tractor, you learn to create your own box. Well, we went to this. I don't know, we went where they were selling things, and there was the most lovely, I don't know whether you remember it, it was made of, it was a frame that your kids can climb, but it was like a tractor.
Oh, yeah.
And you can sit on the seat and do the, you know, and this is what I was thinking, well, you just get a wheel. And that tractor that Keith, you know, I was so glad that he was right and I was wrong, because Martin just adored it. You can probably remember it.
I do remember.
Yeah, and that was due to your dad, not to your mum. And I thought, oh, that's a good thing. That's a good thing to remember, because Keith's very thoughtful, and that's an example of it, really, about that. Yeah. But also he lost. He didn't take the ring to the wedding, and again he gets away with it. And he says, "Oh, it took me 20 minutes to drive back to Scarborough again." He got it. You know, he just left the wedding and not in the middle of the service, but I didn't know that. But later, and that was another very Keithish. And the time you wouldn't wear helmets and you came off bikes, a motorcycle.
What about a Keith and